Hey YouTube. Okay, so today I'm going to talk to you about something that's pretty much been very, very annoying to me for the past 2 months, and it's pre-oral dermatitis. Now, if you're watching this, you probably have pre-oral dermatitis, or you probably know somebody that does have it. And basically what it is inflammation of the skin around the nose and the mouth. Okay, so when I first broke out with pre-oral dermatitis, it was one spot on this side of my chin, and I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was some like acne or something like that. And then it came over to this side, and it's pretty parallel. On each side that you have it, you'll see it on the other side. There's two different types of pre-oral dermatitis. There's one type where it's kind of like pussy, and it's like really really bad. Okay, it's a little bit more moist, and that pre-oral dermatitis, you're probably going to need antibiotics to get rid of it. Mine was on the drier side, and so I went to the dermatologist, and he prescribed me with metronidazole topical cream, and I used it, and I mean, it worked, but it didn't work. It suppressed the symptoms. So basically, it made the spots a lot smaller, a lot less inflamed, but then it just started to flare up again, and it flared up really bad. And I'm gonna try to find a picture here in my phone to show you, because on Friday it was so bad. I was literally, oh, it was terrible. Okay, and that's what it looked like on Friday. Now, I went to the dermatologist on Saturday. They fit me in because it was burning, and it was burning and burning and burning. It was crazy. And that is one of the side effects of pre-oral dermatitis. You'll get some light burning and light itching. And I had stopped using the cream because at this point I figured the cream was making it worse. So I looked up, natural treatments for pre-oral dermatitis, and I used coconut oil. And I think that's where I went wrong, because it really burned after I used the coconut oil for some reason, in my case. Now, this is not something that's common in people with my skin tone, so my dermatologist was shocked to see that I had it, because he just said that, he's never seen it in this, African American skin. It's not common. But it is more common in white women. It is more common in women from 16 to 45, and in small children. So that's where it's common. It's not something that you can get. You can't contract it or give it to anybody else. It's not contagious. A lot of it is caused from cosmetics. I don't wear any makeup, so I was shocked that I got it. Sunscreen, which I really don't wear, and it's the winter time. And it also can be caused by nasal spray, and I had a sinus infection, and because I had a sinus infection, I used nasal spray, and I think that's what caused mine. Fluoride in your toothpaste can also cause it. So the first thing he did was he gave me this cream to use, which didn't really work, and then he told me to use Ceraphil, not on the pre-oral dermatitis, but he said to use it, on my face where there is no dermatitis. Okay. And I used the Ceraphil face wash, and I used the lotion on those areas. So now I'm going to talk to you about some natural cures for pre-oral dermatitis. The second time I went to the dermatologist, he gave me 2 steroid creams. But that Friday, when my dermatitis was burning so much, I'd been looking online to see what I could use naturally to treat it. Bragg's Apple Cider Vinegar. With the mother. This is what I used to treat the pre-oral dermatitis. I did not use the creams the doctor gave me, because I figured that it might make it worse, since the first cream that he gave me made it worse. And I used this 2 tablespoons in a cup of distilled water. You can get distilled water from, I got mine from Walgreens for like $1. This was it was $7 at the health food store, but Target, they have it for $5, and I used 2 tablespoons of this in a whole cup of water, and I used 1 cotton ball and dipped it in the mixture, and I just put it all around my face. You can see this loss of pigmentation that I have here. That is the dermatitis. It is going away. It's nowhere what it looked like in that picture that I showed you, and that was just Friday. Today's Monday. Okay, so it's really working. And I also used plain yogurt. I got this yogurt from Walmart, and I use it as a mask. put it all over the dermatitis area, let it dry, and rinse it off. I do this 3 times a day. I do the vinegar 3 times a day, the vinegar mixture 3 times a day, and I do the yogurt once before I go to bed. And it has been clearing it up. I have not used the 2 creams that the doctor gave me. I've just been using this. You see the spots where it's left over, but they're completely flat. It looks kind of like, I want to say like, not like vitiligo, but like just really light losses of pigmentation. If I were white, it would probably be very, very red. But because my skin complexion is so dark, it manifests in me as loss of pigmentation. So yeah, another thing is for me, it's like dry patches. So yesterday was Easter Sunday, so I had to go to church. So what I did was I used some shea butter, not a lot, just tiny amount to go onto the spots because it was dry and a little bit flaky. So I wanted to have it a little bit more moisturized so it doesn't have like a white cast to it. Now if yours is like oozing or like really moist, your dermatitis, you're probably going to need to get antibiotics. It's probably a very severe case of pre-oral dermatitis. There are 2 types. I know there's one that's more drier like me, and then there's one that's more wet. So yeah, the one that I had just happened to be more dry. So this is what I used instead of the steroid creams. I think he had given me a yeast cream and hydrocortisone cream. And I'm not going to use those because steroid creams, I looked it up, can cause pre-oral dermatitis. And it's been clearing up nicely. Like you can still see it, but it's been clearing up so well. And I'm going to keep using this method, and I believe it's going to go away. I really believe it's going to go away. And I think that that's one amazing like testimony to how God puts natural cures on this earth to heal the body. And this actually has a lot of healing properties. And I also been taking it orally. I've been taking a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of it a day, a teaspoon in the morning, a teaspoon at night, in water, and I've been drinking it orally. Also, I've been taking some probiotics. So yeah, okay, so hopefully this works for you. Bye.